We're here at a Whole Foods in San Francisco with an expert, Tom Wright. Thank you for joining us. You walked me around Whole Foods, and it was just enlightening to see the different ways that a business, in fact, can engage with their customer in a positive way on the issue of recycling and going green.
It's a customer service. It is just because if you hear your guests request something enough, you realize that that's part of us.
It creates customer loyalty.
Yeah. It's part of what we're doing.
Enriches the brand.
Yeah.
You took me over to a rice section. I mean, it was like a whole...
Well, I was trying to explain packaging and packaging variations.
Would you go through that?
Just you have a redundant eating habit, and you can make your own redundant packaging, reusable packaging. That's better for the system.
Did the Whole Foods customer sort of lead Whole Foods in this direction, or did Whole Foods educate? How did all that...
You think that the guests are really bright. They're sharp that way. They understand that I come back to they understand they have a redundant habit. They like something they use a lot.
Right.
So why do they have to keep buying new packaging? And
is there any price advantage?
Generally speaking, bulk's a little cheaper. Yeah.
So the customer wins in terms of getting a better price.
Yes.
And the environment wins.
Yes. Yeah.
If I'm a small business, if I'm an entrepreneur, what are some other lessons I can take here from Whole Foods?
Well, localize your customers to the extent it matches up against your values.
One of the concepts, one of the best practices that I talk to is aligning value with value. Would you say that's a business strategy?
Yeah, that is a business strategy. I think that's a good business strategy. Period. That is a good one.
Yeah.
It's an intimidating thing to always try to win on price.
Right.
I think it makes people less creative, if you ask me, but that's my opinion. I would think that what you try to figure out what's a best value, and that's not quite the same always as best price.
What other things are you hearing that these guests are talking about?
I think one of the things that they would prefer is that, especially green messaging, the green messaging maybe not be so intense on the packaging all the time. I mean,
Really?
They buy rice because they like the flavor of rice. Okay, they might buy organic rice because they realize it's grown differently. But any other claims being made of the rice, it'd be better maybe it be done through the internet.
How do they relate managing costs and going green?
Standard. They do have LEED Gold supermarkets now, and they have plenty.
That's
of
the U.S. Building Council. Standard.
Standard, yeah. And those are all from the ground up stores.
Got it.
And of course they use energy efficient refrigeration. They try to use closed doors now more and more.
Yeah.
Freezer doors more and more closed. Very few open coffins.
Right.
Especially with frozen food. More shelf stable items, more aseptic packaging is coming on the market. There's a aseptic packaging called a recart.
I don't know that.
It's okay, so you have this issue with BPA and can linings.
Okay,
so the customer's sensitive to BPA and can linings.
Yes.
So high acid things in cans are starting to disappear off the shelf, and they're going to go back to glass, which is higher value added perception, and they're heading towards recart, which is this aseptic packaging thing. So, and that's shelf stable too. And so you see shelf stable veggie milks, as I call the category.
But if you can store it on a shelf versus a refrigerator, that saves your budget.
Yeah, that's the European model. I mean, there's less refrigeration, less frozen.
It's been a rainy day. You might have heard the rain pouring down in this interview, but I hope you've enjoyed these insights. I certainly have. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.